Well, gang, it's time for the Monday Crash of the Titans. This one here is against 5-star Thor, the God of Thunder. Half Thor for most of us in the know. He's a green, red, and yellow user, and I could pretty much tell you his abilities off rip without even having to go through the details. His green ability, God of Thunder, costs 12, deals team damage, and if he's at 50% health, then he will destroy 4 tiles of red, yellow, and green randomly and gain that there's AP. 5 basic tiles, excuse me. Asgardian Tactics is his red ability that costs 9. Thor deals damage to the target, and he'll deal additional damage based on the number of special tiles you have on your side of the field, up to 10. See? And then finally, his yellow ability, Smoldering Fire, is both. It costs 9 to initially activate it, but if you want to do the Raging Fire portion of it, it costs 12. So the 9 AP version converts a basic yellow tile into a yellow repeater tile that creates a protect tile on a basic yellow tile, and if the repeater tile happens to be destroyed, then it will convert all of the repeater tiles, all the protect tiles into strike tiles. But if you wait until you get 12 AP, then you can do the Raging Fire portion of it, where you just deal damage to the target and then also convert them into strike tiles. See? And then there's Raging Fire, boom, boom. Again, he converts all friendly protect tiles into strike tiles. And then his affiliation for all those that care: Heroes, Avengers, Asgardian, Cosmic, Godlike, Non-Humans, and Deity for all those that care. Yeah, for those who don't know, my initial journey into 5-star land, it was with Gambit, wherever he is at. So the original version of Gambit, Daredevil, and Half Thor. That was my initial jump into 5-star land. Now who he's going to be dealing with is main event Hulk, and we'll be using my 307 version, but we'll use the 370 as a baseline to look at his stats. Grand Entrance is his passive ability. At the start of the battle, destroy 7 random tiles. Destroy tiles obviously don't deal damage or gain AP. And at the start of the turn, you swap 2 random pairs of tiles. Lower levels, it ends up being 1, and you destroy fewer tiles. Gamma Power Bomb is his purple ability that costs 14. So it deals 14,352 damage and creates 5 random critical tiles. Yeah, if I were to use this version of Hulk, yeah, he pretty much beats Thor. Then the crowd goes mild. I know it says wild, but it's mild. This is his yellow ability that costs 12. So you create a 3-turn yellow fortified countdown tile. 4 of them, in fact. And then whenever one of those countdown tiles ticks down, you either deal damage to the enemy team, or you give Hulk a burst of health, or gain 2 random AP. Higher levels, it's 5 countdown tiles, more damage, more burst healing, and more random AP. Well, same amount of random AP. His affiliations for all those that care: Heroes, Avengers, Gamma, Mutate, and Enhance for all those that care. Alright, strategy time. Well, I can use the green, and I could use this one here. What we want to do, gather 14 purple AP, drop a Gamma Power Bomb on Thor. That's literally what we want to do. With the 307 Hulk, 8831, so as you can see, roughly half, not a little bit more than half, than my 370. Fire up the Gamma Power Bomb. Hope the critical tiles are on matchable tiles, or tiles that will generate cascades and whatnot. Just make sure when you fire this here off, it is before Thor gets his 50%. His God of Thunder passive going, because once he gets that going, things start to get a little squirrely. So we'll let my matches do the talking from this point forward, and talk about main event Hulk afterwards. Yeah, as you can see, easy peasy. Just drop the Gamma Power Bomb on them and knock them out the park, and show them that you're the strongest Avenger. Alright, now as far as pairing up main event Hulk, as we see who's going to be the next contestant on the Crash of the Titans, Karnak. Anybody that can generate purple quick, fast, in a hurry. So think Scarlet Witch, think along the lines, I would say Nightcrawler, but you're gonna be using Nightcrawler's purple to gain purple, and then it could work. Why am I about to call the Purple Man Multiple Man? But Purple Man has two abilities that will generate purple. Obviously, his purple will stun, but you really want to use his black and his blue. The black and blue, they'll convert so many tiles, non-basic purple tiles, into purple countdown tiles. And then Enthrall Masses creates 10 purple repeater tiles, so there you go right there. You'll have a grip load of purple right there. And then if you want to be extremely mean, 5-star Carnage, whenever he gets enough enemy attack tiles on the board, he'll do an auto match. Then Hulk will swap tiles on the board, and then if you want to add even more insult to injury, 4-star Rocket and Groot, and then have their green ability to go off. So now every turn you're gonna have a match before you do a match. Now, as far as the comic book recommendations go, main event Hulk, World War Hulk. That's the only thing I recommend. The Greg Pak run. Everything that led up into Planet Hulk, and then going into World War Hulk. Yeah, pretty much read it. The Sakarsan himself. So the next crash is gonna be with Karnak, and that's 6 days from now. We'll give you the exact 6 days, 15 hours as of this recording. Let's see here. A couple of other things we got to talk about. One, as you see, we have a brand new game engine. This here is quite terrible for us Steam users. I'm gonna give you an example here. So Elsa Bloodstone, everybody on iOS and Android, they've got all their retro rewards for Elsa Bloodstone. Here's me. We're gonna go to 5 stars. Those shards there came from the event, the Doctor Strange Sights event. That's where those shards came from. Now we go to her primary feeder, which is Yondu. Now granted, I have mine at 370. So now what is Yondu supposed to give? Supposed to give Elsa Bloodstone, Space Hunter, and the required shards. So mine's just 370. So I have a 370 and a 300. So I get supposed to get 2 of the Elsa red covers, the requisite amount of shards from level 300, the requisite shards from the 315 range to 320, so on and so forth. So I'm supposed to have a good amount of shards of hers, and we haven't gotten them yet. And then that's not even including the retro rewards from Elsa proper. So you see there, boom, you're supposed to be getting all of them. I haven't gotten them yet. So me wanting to try out some of Elsa's quest, doing all these here, I can't even do those there. The second thing about this update, well, it worked a lot of stuff on in the story mode. Well, how can I put it? The redemption of some tokens and other crazy things that happened during the rollout. Again, I'm not going to mention everything because there's some stuff that I kind of like, so I'm gonna hush on that portion there. But I just like to get the retro rewards for Elsa Bloodstone, that there, and then one other thing that I have to talk about before we go. So some people have brought up the fact that that some supports weren't working in PvP. So the announcement was made by one of the administrators on the forum. Now, before I read out what they said, I'm going to give you a general idea of what a lot of the veteran players said, at least on Reddit, some on the forums, and kind of my thoughts. Most of the veterans on the on Reddit and the forum were along these lines here. Yeah, you just turned PvP into the Wild Wild West. Especially some supports that do some pretty nasty things. I don't know. Anytime you make a match, you fire off a power, like, or some of the crazier ones. Fantastic car up to your first 4 matches, you can make more matches. Thanos Copter, anytime you make a match, tiles rotate and you can make even more matches. Like, that's just dumb. So the reason why I bring those up, I'll read the official statement from SOCON. The following supports have been disabled in all PvP events and will be reintroduced in the future once we've had a chance to rebalance them. Number 1, Leapfrog Amphibious Transport. Number 2, Fantastic Car 4-seater. Number 3, Arrow, Lovestruck. And 4th, Thanos Copter Villain's Vehicle. Additionally, PvP lightning rounds should have all supports disabled. The recent enabling supports and Unity was unintended, and we do not have future plans to enable them in lightning rounds in the future. And they have a quick update. For the events that are already made, like Elsa's Ray Gun Madness, that's the PvP that's going on now. The supports are there, but all PvPs in the near future should have them disabled. I believe Quicksilver and Spider-X will have them enabled once I see their event info in my tracker. Now, again, many of us, we kind of saw it coming with Wild Wild West. So let's look at some of these supports here, and then we'll be about our business. So you can see this is another one of the Unity things. We have way too many supports. Like, I don't have that many supports. Again, this is on the Unity end. Cause watch this here. I'll type in Leapfrog, or we'll type in Leap. I got way too many instances of Leapfrog. But for those who don't know what Leapfrog does, we actually talked about it in the puzzle gauntlet. But the quick and dirty version is this: if one of your partners or one of your allies takes whatever the required amount of damage to trigger the Leapfrog, they will turn invisible and they'll create an invisibility tile. And then whenever let me see here. Yeah, so it heals them of their 50% of the max health, and if they take at least 15% of the max health, then you go invisible. We don't really care about the first part. The final one, this one here, rank 5. That they go, if they would go get down, you consume 2 battery charges, send them away for a turn, and they heal for their max health and then fire a random power if it's with a runaway. And notice the synergy with the runaways, nobody uses that there. Next up, Fantasticar. Again, I got mine almost maxed out, so I'll be affected by it. We don't care about the damage reduction from the ability. I mean, it's cool. What we worried about is the rank 3 ability. Whenever the supported character makes a match, increase the match damage by 75%, swap 2 random basic tiles, and then gain 1 team up AP. Then the rank 5, whenever your team matches 4 or more tiles, they deal 40% increased match damage. See, the rank 3 and the rank 5 are really good. Rank 1's alright, but I have a sneaking suspicion though they're probably gonna limit this here. They should limit it to just Fantastic Four characters, but that's just me though. Let's see here. Eros is Arrow. Love Struck. Create a 5-turn Love Struck tile targeting a random enemy and the ally in the front. The Love Struck enemy deals 80% reduced damage while this tile exists. Whenever the Love Struck enemy performs a match 4 or greater, gain 3 AP in the Love Struck ally's strongest color, max of 6. And whenever the Love Struck ally makes a match 4 or greater, deal what are the percentage of max health in damage to the Love Struck enemy, and the enemy team loses 3 AP in the enemy's strongest color. And then burst health, and then stuns. Yeah, that's just ridiculous. And then Thanos Copter, and then we are out of here. Not called the Obsidian, but Thanos Copter, which I have this here at 250. Create a Cosmic Cube. Whoever matches or destroys the tile, they gain ownership. The team that has it gains 36% increased match damage or ability damage, and it converts 2 tiles of the weakest character's weakest colors into the strongest color each turn. Once per turn, if the Cosmic Cube is matched or destroyed, you send the one who matched it airborne for 1 turn, and when they land, they deal 15% of their max health if they were an enemy or if they were an ally or supported. On the supported character's team, you give them a burst health of 15. But the rank 5, this is where it just gets bonkers. So it says, when the supported character makes a match, you rotate a 3x3 block of tiles around the match. Additional matches caused by this tile deal 61.2% bonus damage. Yeah. The rotation plus the bonus damage, yeah, that's just uncool, bro. And I have this here at level 5, so yeah. Anyway, that's it. I know the Karnak Crash is coming up next Monday, so we'll have that. Probably no comic book recommendations for him. Pride Month Vault still going on as of the recording of this video here. The Seasonal Vault, that's going on right now, so play with one of the fan favorites. Fan favorites vault this year still going on. Play with one of the fan favorites daily. Get one of the tokens. Well, the tokens here to get one of the random covers or random stuff that's up in there. I can't use the charge for Jane Foster Thor for obvious reasons. But yeah, that's it. Blessings to your fellow human beings, and I'll catch y'all next Monday. Till then, peace.